Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Friday, June 14th, 2024. Let's find out what's going on the Forex economic calendar today. The Bank of Japan interest rate decision was the main event of the Asian trading session. The Bank of Japan decided to leave the interest rate at the level of 0.1%, just as expected. Plenty of the CPI data will be released today during the London session. Those CPI data are mostly from the European countries. Bank of Japan press conference is scheduled for release at 8:30, so there is still some few minutes left towards this event. And Eurozone trade balance is scheduled for release at 11 o'clock, and the ECB Lane and the Guindos will give a speech at the same time as well. During the New York session, we got the export price index and import price index from the US, manufacturing sales and wholesale sales from the Canada, scheduled for release at 2:30 as well. And then we got the ECB Schnabel to give a speech at 3:30. Michigan consumer sentiment expectations and the inflation expectations are scheduled for release at 4 o'clock, and the Fed monetary policy report is scheduled for release at 5 o'clock. At the end of the day, US Baker Hughes oil rig count and total rig count is scheduled for release at 7 o'clock. At 7:30, the last speech of the day is the ECB President Christine Lagarde. So as you can see, plenty of the data is scheduled for this today, but because of the Bank of Japan interest rate decision, let's just switch to the technical part, where we start with the Japanese yen. US dollar versus the Japanese yen 4-hour chart is showing us an upside breakout. We broke above the level of 157.69 and even 157.99. Right now the local high and swing high was made at 158.14, and there is still room to the upside on the RSI, and there is still room to the upside on the chart as well. So right now this level of the US dollar versus the Japanese yen is the highest one in 1 month, over 1 month, because the last one was May 1st. And next target is, as you can see, the level of 160.20. So this gap might be covered pretty quickly. It looks like the bulls want to move higher very fast. With that kind of momentum, it is apparently more than possible. The level of 157.72 and 158 will now act as the technical support for the markets. What's going on the other pairs related to the Japanese yen, for example, euro to the Japanese yen? The situation here is a little bit different, because the euro to the Japanese yen has been seen moving up, okay, but there is no this movement here is not that strong as it was on the US dollar. You can see that we got pretty strong technical resistance ahead of the bulls. We got the level of we got two levels here. There you go. 170.76, and the highs from the end of the April 171.52. The immediate technical resistance is located roughly around the level of 170.08. And we need to point out very nice technical support that was tested many times. 167.97, that's the lower zone, and the upper zone is 168.25. Only a valid breakout below this zone would change the outlook to more bearish. Please notice that the momentum is at the level of 56 points, reversed sharply from the level of the 40. So right, there's room here on the RSI to the upside, there is room here on the chart as well. So if this movement to the upside will be backed by the increase in the momentum as well, we have a valid movement to the upside on the euro yen, which means of course that the the overall situation for the yen would be a little bit different across the board. It doesn't matter if this would be euro or British pound or the American dollar. The yen will be actually strengthening all across the board. Okay, so that was the yen situation. Let's find out what is the euro doing. As you can see, we reversed all of the movement that was made just before the Fed interest rate decision and press conference. As you can see, this was the pre-Fed rally back towards the technical resistance at 1.0853. Then we got the bullish engulfing pattern. Bullish engulfing pattern is here, and then when we broke below the level of 1.0821, where the 100 periods moving average was, the movement to the downside continued, and now we are about to test the trend line again, and we are about to test the technical support. And this technical support, let me just update it. I will just move it to the lowest extreme level. Is 1.0720. If you break below the 1.0720, then the road is open towards the lows from the May 1st 2024, 1.0657. There is still room to the downside here. There is room to the downside here. Of course, it's quite interesting whether this trend line will be supportive for the bulls or not, but it's definitely worth to pay attention to, especially this line, because if we break to the downside, then the consequences might be quite severe, because there is a very big gap here between this technical support and the next closest nearest technical support for the euro dollar. So the outlook remains bearish unless we got some bounce from the trend line. The level of 1.0805 is now the technical resistance, and the level of 1.0788 is now back to red, which means it is technical resistance as well. So that was the euro dollar. We spoke about the yen, we spoke about the euro dollar. Not much to be spoke about today except the gold. The gold market keeps moving lower. If we zoom out a little bit, we can see that this range after the all-time high at 2,449 was made is still being maintained. So please keep an eye on the technical support. This technical support is located at roughly 2,276. So that's the technical support level. We got a pretty nice zone here. That is quite strong, and if the market wants to move higher, we cannot break below this technical support zone. The momentum is slightly negative, 46 points only, and the recent rally ahead of the Fed was capped at the 100 periods moving average, roughly around 2,341. Then we reversed a little bit lower, and now the market is approaching the technical support. It's worth to see how the market will react on this situation. Will there be breakout or something, or maybe there will be a kind of a bounce? It's worth to keep an eye on this. The trend line here, if we place it on the extremes of the price, it looks like this. So we need to move above this trend line in order to rally, and we got the 2,341 intraday technical resistance. Only a valid breakout above this resistance opens the road for the bulls towards the 2,387, where the next technical resistance is. So that was the gold outlook. And last but not least, let's just take a look at the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is testing the key technical support. The volatility is right now subdued, and it repeats the pattern that euro dollar did as well. First we got the pre-Fed rally, then we have the reversal almost to the beginning of this whole movement to the upside, and now we consolidate the recent the bears are consolidating their recent gains, roughly around 66,000, 67,000 dollars. So any breakout, especially below the lows, the recent lows, So the newest data is 65,991. Would likely be let's say negative for the bulls, and will possibly extend the drop lower towards the level of 65,539. Please notice that we trade below this trend line already. This trend line was very supportive for the bulls. It provided the support many times until it was violated, and new low was made at 65,991. Momentum is negative. Bears are in charge of the Bitcoin market on the 4-hour chart right now. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. So take care and bye bye.